This is how to never run out of things to say when talking to a woman. Most guys think they have to be interesting. The truth? You just need a method to keep turning one detail into the next. In this video, you'll get the exact when to use, how to deploy, and what to say lines, so you never stare at the ceiling of your own mind again. Each move creates momentum without interrogating her, and each one scales from a quick chat at a bar to a slow walk or a full date. Keep them in your back pocket and you won't need to perform. You'll just keep opening doors one after another until the conversation feels effortless. Before we get into that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all our videos. 1. Third object anchoring. When two people face each other, the conversation can feel like a tennis match. Introduce a third object, something in your shared environment, and it becomes a triangle. Triangles are easier. Pick anything neutral but specific. The bartender's cactus pin, the weird mural, the drink's rosemary sprig, the playlist track that just switched genres. You point lightly. This rosemary sprig looks like it has a backstory. That single observation becomes a hub. From there, branch into micro stories. My aunt grows herbs and swears rosemary repels bad decisions. Micro questions. What plant would you adopt if it came with lore? Or micro dares. Name that sprig like it's a pet. When to use it. First 5 minutes. Whenever eye contact feels heavy, or when a topic dies on impact. Why it works. The object absorbs pressure, gives you tangible handles, and keeps things playful rather than personal too soon. Mistakes to avoid. Don't critique the object harshly. You're anchoring, not being cynical. Reset line if it stalls. Okay, new hub. This mural. If it could talk, what chapter would it narrate? You can switch anchors as the environment changes. Each new hub buys you fresh branches. 2. Temporal forking. Any snippet she offers can be split into 3 time paths. Past, present, future. So you multiply material without changing topic. She says, I started running again. You fork it. Past, when did you first fall in with running? What set it off? Present, what's your route right now? What's the part your brain looks forward to? Future, if running became a character in your life next year, what role would it play? These are not checkboxes. Pick one path naturally, then loop later to another. When to use it? After any statement that hints at a habit, place, or identity. Why it works. People store stories in timelines. You're helping her retrieve them in sequence, which feels like depth, not breadth. Keep it conversational with tiny shares. I'm in my slow jog, dramatic playlist era. What soundtrack are you on? Avoid the interview vibe by alternating one fork from you, one from her, then a quick side comment or mini story. If you hit a dead end, pivot forks. Okay, forget then. What's your next run you'd actually be excited for if I bribed you with pastries after? 3. Callback weaving. Callbacks turn throwaway moments into inside jokes, and inside jokes turn strangers into us. The move. Catch a small, vivid detail. Her exact phrasing, a quirky adjective, a micro-story fragment. Tag it mentally with a single word. 10 minutes later, revive it as a wink. She says early, I have ruthless opinions about mugs. Later, when you pick up your glass, on a scale from tolerable to ruthless mug tribunal, how's this one doing? The callback reopens the original thread without starting from zero, and it proves you actually listen. When to use it. Anytime she names a pet peeve, uses a funny word, or reveals a tiny obsession. Why it works. Repetition with variation creates humor and psychological safety. Practical system. Aim to tag 3 details per conversation. One about language, one about preference, one about a mini story. Space your callbacks. One shortly after the moment, one near a topic change, one at the end as a playful sign-off. May your coffee meet your ruthless standards tomorrow. Avoid overdoing it. Too many callbacks can feel like shtick. If a callback misses, soften. That joke sounded better in my head. Ruthless tribunal verdict. Before we keep going, if you're actively sharpening yourself this year, comment building below. Let's see who's serious about growth. 4. Sensory switchboard. When a topic flattens, you can reboot it by switching senses. Most people summarize with logic. It was nice. You bring the scene back to life by asking for sound, smell, feel, or taste. What did the venue actually sound like? More echo or more people singing? Did the bakery smell like butter or sugar first? Was the ocean more velvet or more grit? These aren't random. They're precision prompts that trigger richer memory retrieval. When to use it, on travel stories, food, concerts, childhood places, or any "it was fine" answer. Why it works. Sensory data is sticky. As she accesses it, more details surface naturally, giving you new pivots. Keep it lightweight. No interrogation cadence. Offer a sensory share first to prime the channel. I weirdly remember Santorini as sunscreen and diesel. Then ask a single sensory question, not 3. If she offers a good detail, mirror and expand. Butter first, dangerous. What was the stealth MVP pastry? Caution, don't use senses for trauma-laden topics. You're aiming for vivid, not invasive. If you feel it's getting too narrow, zoom out with a feeling bridge. Okay, with all that taste and noise, what mood did the place force you into? 5. Specific to absurd ladder. This is a 3-rung move that keeps conversation playful while still anchored in reality. Rung 1, specific detail from her world. Rung 2, a lightly absurd what if built off that detail. Rung 3, step back into a tiny, real plan. Example, she mentions she names her plants. Specific, which one gets the MVP treatment? Absurd, if those plants formed a band, what genre and who's the diva? Real plan. Next time we pass a plant shop, we pick a drama queen fern and give it a stage name. The absurdity creates laughter and novelty. The return to a real, low-stakes action keeps it grounded and flirty without pressure. When to use it? Anytime a charming quirk appears. Collections, rituals, guilty pleasure media, superstitions. Why it works? Humor plus forward motion avoids the 2 traps of early conversation. Stagnant small talk or heavy oversharing. Guardrails. Make the absurd kind, not sarcastic. The laugh should be with her, not at her. Keep the real plan micro and optional. You're signaling possibility, not demanding a date. If she bites, escalate gently. We'll do a 2-minute naming ceremony. Winner gets bragging rights. If she doesn't, collapse back to the specific with a curious angle. What made that plant the MVP in the first place? 6. 7-word micro-confessions. Most guys either overshare or go blank. 7-word micro-confessions thread the needle. Compact, oddly specific truths that invite her to match your level without pushing her into an interrogation or a therapy session. The constraint is the magic. You say, I hoard hotel pens like tiny trophies. That's 7 words, vivid, a little self-own, and safe. She now has something to react to and mirror with her own micro-confession. I judge restaurants by the bread basket. When to use it? Early, when you want warmth without heaviness. Mid-chat, when energy dips. Late, as a playful wind down. How to deploy? Keep a mental shelf of 3 categories: quirky habits, miniature opinions, private slogans. Rotate them rather than dumping all at once. Use a tag and toss cadence. Drop 1 micro-confession, pause for her response, then ask a soft, do you have one like that? Avoid fishing for approval. The charm is that you're not trying to look cool. Why it works. Brevity plus specificity signals self-awareness and humor, and the 7-word cap prevents rambling. Pitfalls. Don't confess something dark or socially explosive. You're creating levity, not stakes. If it stalls, reframe using the same constraint. Okay, 7 words, your most controversial breakfast take. And if she plays along, escalate lightly with a themed round. Music, travel, workday superstitions, always keeping it nimble. You'll be shocked how much connection you can build in 7 honest words repeated a few times across a chat. 7. Borrowed mouth reframes. You're not here to deliver a sermon. Borrow a mouth, someone else's spicy take, and invite her director's cut. A barista told me pumpkin spice is personality cosplay. Agree or slander? You're quoting, not endorsing. That frees her to play. She can agree, disagree, or twist it into a story, and you're instantly out of the job interview zone. When to use it? When a topic risks opinion warfare, or when you want to surface her taste without performing yours. Sources: a friend's quirky stance, a podcast microclip, a sign you saw, a throwaway tweet you remember. Keep the quote tight and colorful, then pass her the mic with a fun framing. Fix their take in 1 sentence. Give me the director's commentary, or if that opinion were a hat, who wears it? Why it works. People defend or edit ideas more easily than they announce them from scratch. It also shows social dexterity. You can juggle viewpoints without being combative. Guardrails. Never quote cruelty at a vulnerable target. Punch up or punch sideways, never down. Don't stack borrowed mouths back to back. You'll sound like a compilation album. After her response, anchor it in something personal. Okay, so your autumn drink identity actually is, or what's a trend you'll defend in court? If it fizzles, compress. 1-word verdict, then new topic? That gives you a graceful exit while still keeping the energy playful and participatory. 8. Map versus territory contrasts. Labels are maps, lives are territories. When she drops a label, I'm not outdoorsy, I'm a workaholic, I'm shy, gently invite the territory. Maps lie. What's the last outside thing you actually enjoyed anyway? Now you're not challenging her identity, you're opening a door to a specific instance that breaks or sharpens the label. When to use it? Whenever a conversation is flattening into generalities or identity slogans, how to do it right. Keep your tone light and curious, not corrective. Use a 1-2 prompt. What's the exception? Then, what made it the exception? That second question is where the story lives. Conditions, people, music, weather, timing. Once you have the territory, build a tiny bridge forward. So not outdoorsy, but sunset boardwalks are grandfathered in. Duly noted. Why it works. People feel seen when you notice the nuance they live with daily. You're helping her articulate the edges of her preferences, which creates endless follow-up material. Pitfalls. Don't litigate her map. You're a cartographer, not a lawyer. Avoid armchair diagnosing or attempting to redefine her. If she leans hard into the map and seems protective, pivot to a parallel map you can self-examine. My map says I hate brunch. Territory. I love crispy potatoes. I'm inconsistent and I live with it. That self-exposure keeps the mood warm. From there, glide into adjacent stories. Times she surprised herself. Times a friend mislabeled her. Places that didn't match their legend. You'll leave the cliché highway and find fresh roads she actually cares about. 9. Side character spotlights. Most stories die because the narrator hogs the spotlight or because the scene feels empty. Bring in side characters, bartenders, bus drivers, the neighbor who practiced saxophone at 3 a.m., and watch the conversation bloom. These cameo roles are endlessly renewable and naturally funny. You say, the bus driver today was auditioning for motivational speaker. Every stop had a catchphrase. Now she's picturing it. She has hooks to ask questions or share her own cameo. When to use it? Any recap. Your day? A trip? A weird errand? How to make it work. Give each side character one vivid trait or line of dialogue. Keep it quick. The point is color, not a monologue. Then toss her a casting call. Who stole a scene in your day? Or, name a side character you'd write back into your week. Why it works. Humans track stories through people. Side characters lower the ego stakes and install humor without forcing jokes. They also let you reveal empathy. How you notice the barista's tired smile, the kid practicing kickflips, the dog that refused to cross puddles. Use callbacks later. Would motivational bus driver approve of this snack choice? Pitfalls. Never use side characters to punch down or mock accents. Keep it affectionate, even when it's absurd. If she offers a side character, honor it. Ask one crisp, evocative follow-up. What was their signature line? Then weave it back later. This turns your conversation into a shared mini-series with recurring cameos, which is far more memorable than swapping resumes or lists of favorites. 10. Tiny dare menu. Sometimes momentum needs a spark, not a speech. Carry a pocket menu of opt-in micro dares that take under a minute, require no props, and feel like games, not tests. Examples. 2-sentence movie pitch. Go. Describe the last photo in your camera roll without showing it. Invent a snack by combining 2 on this menu. We'll rate it like judges. Give me a 3-word weather report for your day. Pick a stranger's backstory for the next 60 seconds. These dares create action, not just talk, and they birth fresh material for more talk. When to use it? A lull, a line you're waiting in, a walk between venues, or any moment when silence would feel like pressure. How to present it? Offer 2 options max and make them skippable with a smile. Dealer's choice or we keep chatting. Then commit to the bit briefly and move on. The power is in the burst. Why it works. Shared play builds micro-trust and installs a memory you can reference later. It also solves the blank mind problem because the structure supplies content. Guardrails. Keep the dares kind and reversible. Avoid anything that corners her into personal disclosures she didn't volunteer. If she resists, pivot to a self-dare. Okay, my turn. 3-word weather report. Head fog clearing. Your move if you want it. After the dare, harvest threads. Her snack invention becomes a discussion of childhood combinations. Her camera roll description becomes a story of the event you can map fix with territory questions. Her movie pitch earns a callback later. That's very found footage at a farmer's market of you. End with a tiny teaser of future play that's easy to accept or ignore. Next time we pass a corner shop, we do the 2 mystery snacks rating. 30 seconds, no pressure. This keeps flirtation playful and momentum renewable without hinging on your ability to be on all night. Up next, discover the surprising signs she likes you, or learn how to tell if you're a good-looking guy. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.